Well, if you already agreed to join a wedding or go hang out with a buddy or a long lost place with no internet connection on November 1st, you might want to start ghosting them now because week 10 of the college football season might absolutely decide who makes it to the college football playoffs. There is so many implications, especially now after the new AP preseason top 25 poll came out. According to what we just saw in this AP top 25, November 1st has never looked so good. And it is going to be an absolutely amazing weekend. I mean, this is one of those times where you just need to put the seatbelt on the couch and not get up because week 10 of college football is going to be a movie. 7 different games as of right now on November 1st, according to the preseason AP poll, are ranked. First ranked matchups. We start with, as of right now, number 2, Penn State versus number 3, Ohio State. You got another one in the ACC with number 10, Miami, and 16, SMU. And then you got some really fun ones, which alone could be the deciding factor of the Big 12. You got Iowa State and Arizona State taking on each other in Ames. That's going to be an exciting matchup. And then, of course, Texas Tech comes to Manhattan to take on Kansas State. And Texas Tech is one of those teams where you either are feeling it's an overhyped feel, or maybe some people think they're being underestimated because they just can't make that jump under Coach McGuire. But now they've spent all this money and they have a lot to prove. It's almost a super prove it season for Texas Tech. If they don't get it done, there might be some coaching changes because the money is talking. They have to make sure that performance steps up as well. Other ones in the SEC, you got South Carolina, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Georgia, Florida. All of those on the same day, November 1st. Absolutely insane. So don't eat too much Halloween candy because there's a lot to talk about. Now, there's some times, no times right now are scheduled, with the exception of a couple SEC games where it says it's either the flex, the 3:30 to 4:30, or a 6 to 8 o'clock start, either for the South Carolina game or the Oklahoma, Tennessee game. Other than that, we don't know times. And I'll be honest with you, I'm hoping that we get a earlier kickoff for the Kansas State game because I want to be completely locked into that game. I want that one to be an 11 o'clock kickoff Central Time. I want that one to be the first one on my screens where I'm not caring about anything else. And if there's another game on at that same time, I don't care. I'm watching that one. Because if it's the later game on the schedule, if it becomes a primetime game, although I think it'd be fun for the folks in Manhattan watching the game and actually going to the stadium, I don't know if my anxiety will be able to handle it after watching potentially Penn State, Ohio State, big noon kickoff or something like that. I think there's a lot of implications looking at this right now and who will make the top 12 for the college football playoffs. This is week 10. This is prime college football committee voting season. This is the real true test of what the committee will do. Now, you got to remember with the committee this year, there are no automatic buys when it comes to the conferences, right? So this is huge. This is a very big deal right here. And whether you win your conference or not, if you can win big days like this, step out and shine on moments like this. Now, like for example, say Texas Tech comes on in to Kansas State, both those teams undefeated, let's say, and Kansas State makes a statement out of Texas Tech when everybody else is on the TV screens, all these other games, Penn State, Miami, you got all these big names, Tennessee, Georgia. And the only people you can talk about is how Kansas State took down the darlings of the offseason in Texas Tech. That's going to mean a lot when it comes to the college football committee because we have seen it in the past, folks. Recency bias means absolutely so much. It means so much. And that is a big win because after that, you head and take on some tough road trips when it comes to the games after Texas Tech. So this could truly decide who goes to the college football playoffs. Now, this could obviously decide who goes to Arlington as well. I mean, when you look at the 4 teams playing in those ranked matchups, Arizona State, Iowa State, I mean, if Kansas State can't get by Dublin, they can't get by Iowa State in Dublin, then Iowa State could be potentially battling Arizona State, a Big 12 championship rematch right there for who makes it to Arlington. That could potentially be Iowa State's second loss if they lose to Kansas State, or potentially they head in there undefeated if they win in Dublin, right? There is a true chance that we head into this in week 10. Most of these teams will already have 9 games under their belt where all of these are still ranked. All these teams are still ranked. Maybe one or two fall out, but they're all really good teams this year. There's going to be certain teams that disappoint. It's going to happen. But multiple elimination games, one loss here could erase a playoff path, especially in the SEC when you're looking at so many different teams battling each other right there, and potentially in the Big 12 with those four potential juggernauts. There's a few other teams that are not in this with the Big 12 that are not in this conversation right now, like Baylor. We don't know what's going to be there. BYU still got to be talked about. Still got to talk about BYU, even though their quarterback situation isn't the greatest right now. If you add Jake Retzlaff into the conversation, people are talking about BYU as a top 10 team heading into the season. And I don't know if Jake Retzlaff was really the answer anyways. I think BYU is going to shock a lot of folks. And then there's still that overgrowing concern and question marks of what TCU will be for the Big 12 this year. So, of course, Utah's got a lot of hype as well. There's a lot of Big 12 implications just on November 1st alone, and Kansas State is right in the thick of it. Different conferences controlling each other's destinies. It's absolutely insane. This isn't just going to be a fun weekend, folks. This is a hinge point for the college football season. Week 10 could be the single biggest pivot on deciding who's in the 12-team playoff, who's in Arlington, who's sitting at home, whatever the case may be. It is the one day that you better not go anywhere and make sure everything is ready to roll. Order the pizzas now, schedule it, whatever the case may be, because it's going to be an absolutely fun game, fun week, fun weekend, November 1st. And for one of those Week 10 games, Kansas State, their opponent, not heading into, they will already face this opponent, but their first true road test in a few weeks after their non-conference schedule, it might have just got a little bit easier for Kansas State because a massive injury hit happened. Let's talk about that, finish up the show right here on Locked On Kansas State. Most people can't name all their financial accounts and even what they're worth, whether it's a 401k, properties, or investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's where Monarch Money comes in. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on a laptop, your phone, you name it. It's clean, it's easy, and it's fantastic. I just bought a house and just trying to get all these new things figured out and making sure I'm not paying too many subscriptions to make sure that I can utilize my money the best way. Monarch Money has helped me for that. I've linked all my accounts to Monarch and immediately spotted a few subscriptions I wasn't even using. Canceling those alone saved me money every single month so far, and it's been super excited. So don't let the financial opportunity slip through the cracks with Monarch Money, and you can use this code LOCKEDONCollege at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com using the code LOCKEDONCollege. Use Monarch Money today. Get a better feeling on financial freedom.